and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. My name's Amanda. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I do serve UK, the Netherlands, France and Germany, I believe. We're allowed to sell to. And today I'm going to show you how I made this. I did show it on the forums. I've showed it in my catalogue launch video and I got a lot of positive comments from it. So I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to do it slightly different because if you just look, you can see I've made a bit of a boo-boo. And these lace trims that I've done, they're pointing in the wrong direction. They all need to be the same way. So I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do it so that this one here, for example, is facing inwards, the same as this one, and so on and so on. So it's more consistent. Bit of a boo-boo, but I didn't notice. So what you're going to need is, this is a cheap photo frame. Okay, I did actually get this from a well-known local supermarket in my area, and I think you get a pack of 2. They work out about £1 each. You can get them from your pound shops, charity shops, whatever, and it's a 6x4 frame. That's what we're starting with. Okay, so what we're going to need first of all is some cardstock. I'm using Whisper White and Blushing Bride. All of the measurements will be on my blog, and there will be a link below if you want to recap, but you need to start off with a Whisper White layer at 6 inch by 4 inch. Then we're going to layer on top with Blushing Bride at 5 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch, and then the next layer is going to be our stamping layer, and that is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. Obviously you can change the colours of anything, you can perhaps remove that layer and just have the 2, whatever you want. I just done it this way. Okay, so those are the measurements. You're also going to need 2 long strips, which are 7 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch wide. And you're going to need another 2, which I've used scrap pieces here, that are 5 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch again. And those are to go around the outside edge of the frame. So without further ado, I'm going to just quickly get my frame. And I'm going to just take the back off and take that bit out. Just put it to one side, and I'm going to start layering up my cardstock. I'm just going to, I tell you what I'm just going to do, 1 minute, sorry. I'm just going to tape my Stampin' Up paper sheet to my craft mat because it slides about otherwise, and I forgot before I did the video. So there's a tip. If you're doing some filming and it's sliding about, just tape it down. Right, so I'm just using Fuse because it's going inside a frame, so it's not going to fall to pieces. Like, you know, if it was a card, a birthday card, I would use Fast Fuse. Oh, and this is a new snail, and it's been a bit naughty. I've just opened it. Oh, why is it doing that? There we go. It's only because it's new. So, oh, that way around. I should have put the tape on the back of the pink one. I've fallen unlucky there, actually. I don't know what I thought I was doing. Should have been putting the tape on the back of the pink one, not on the front of the white one. I'm lucky I got away with that. So, on the back of this layer now. Come on. There we go. And they're like so. Okay, I'm quite confident that my stamping's going to work out right. If you're not confident your stamping's going to work out right, do your stamping before you add it to your layering. But I've done this a few times now, so it should work out right. So what stamp I'm using is the Beautiful You. And I'm going to show you a couple of projects with this because I like to show more than one thing with each stamp set if I can. And it's stunning. It's a 2-part set, absolutely beautiful, super popular. I'm going to be using the lady with the umbrella. I'm going to use the fancy smudgy artsy bit here, and I'm going to make it look like a puddle of water underneath the feet here. And I'm going to use one of the sentiments. So let's get on. I've already put them on my blocks already. all different sizes. This one is on size E, this one is on size D, and this one is on size C. Now, you know, it's just easier if you have a selection of blocks, you can have them all ready, all lined up, and you're good to go. But it's not imperative, you can manage with just a couple. So I'm going to start off with Pink Pirouette. So I'm going to just do this little bit of a smudgy bit on the bottom, which I didn't do on my original one, but I just want to have a try. So if I just plan it, she's going to go about there, so I want my smudger to be about there. So Pink Pirouette is a lighter shade, and I'm going to just place it in the bottom end of my card, like so. Main shot, yes, yeah. There we go. And it's like a shadow or a pool of water, or you can use it as an accent to your stamping. Loads of uses for it. And then I'm going to do my main stamping in Blushing Bride. So I'll ink that lady up. Plenty on, and hope she doesn't hope it doesn't smudge. I'm just using my grid paper to help me keep my lining up right. And I just want the feet of the lady to go in this little puddle that I've created here, and like so. Give her a bit of a press. Hold on to my card, lift it up, there you go. So now she looks like she's either in a shadow or a puddle of water because it's been raining. It's a lovely effect, very subtle, because I've used a lighter colour, but it looks really nice. Oh, I'll keep that out because I'm going to do the sentiment as well. So I'm going to just do the sentiment in the top corner here, straight onto the card, and hope that I do it right. I'm going to practice on my... I'm just going to get a scrap piece and just check that my stamp is lined up straight before I go direct onto there. That's not Whisper White, that's left over from something else. So let me just see if my stamp's straight. Hold on a minute. I could do with one of the stamping jigs, which helps you get your stamp straight and in the right position each time. I just want to lining up a little bit further. Don't want it to be wonky. I'm sorry if my head ends up in the frame. I'll try not to. Right, come on, let's get you straight. Okay, I think that's straight now. Let's have another check. There's no harm in checking before you... Yep, I'm happy with that. Right. So I'm going to ink it up, stamp it on, and it's going to behave itself so that I don't have to redo the whole entire thing again. There we go. Just give it a minute, and there we go. That's turned out really nicely. So I can move all of that out of the way now. And move that out of the way. Make sure I haven't got inky fingers. And what I'm going to do, just to add a little accent to this, is, and because I like doing it, I'm just going to ink the card with Blushing Bride. Did I use Blushing Bride, or did I use... Yeah, I did use Blushing Bride. I'm just going to ink the edge of that card, just to give it a little bit of... Just a little bit of something. I just like inking, to be honest, and making a big mess. I'm getting my hands all inky. I'm using my silicone matte finger here, and I'm just dabbing with my Stampin' Up sponge. I'm starting here in a circular motion, and I'm just going all the way around the edges, very gentle. I only want it to be subtle. And then just a little heavier in the corners, in the top left corner and the bottom right corner. Just gives a little tiny bit of definition. Well, I think it does. I don't think I'm a big inking expert or anything. It's just what I've done through trial and error and playing and practicing, and I just think it's nice to just add a bit of inking. There we go, just a tiny bit more up here. And you just do it till you like the look of it, really. You know, as long as you don't go too heavy-handed with it, you can't really go wrong. And it just gives a nice, soft, dreamy kind of look. That's done now. I'll put that away, don't need those anymore. And now I can put that inside my frame. Just the same as you would a photo. Just be careful in case your ink's a bit wet so you don't smudge it. And I'm going to use the paper that comes with the photo frame. Just gives it that little bit. Has that frame got a mucky spot on it? The frame's got a bit of a mucky spot on it. Just let me... Nightmare! There we go. It's only a little bit of a smudge. It's fine. So back in again. Put the back on. Squeeze it back down. And then, I mean, you can decorate that how you want. It's lovely. You could, if you was doing it for someone's birthday, you could do a card to match, a gift tag to match, absolutely anything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some panels to go around the edge, just to decorate that plain looking frame. And I'm going to use one of the, I'm just going to move that out of the way, one of the Celebration stamps, and it's Delicate Details. Now, it is quite a long stamp, this one, so I'm going to put it on my biggest block that I've got, just for ease. I mean, you can manage with a smaller block, you just have to move your stamp along, but this is easier, and this is an F, is it F? F block, and I'm using this one here. So that's what I used last time, and it's absolutely lovely. Now it's not going to be long enough, isn't this stamp, if you look. But I'm just going to stamp it and then stamp again and just match it up. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference to your finished project rather. And I mean, if you've got the Stampin' or whatever, you can line it up better. But you'd be more than capable of doing it by eye. It's not rocket science. So I'm going to get my strips that I cut. If you remember, I had 2 at 7 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and then 2 at 5 1/4. And I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use Sahara Sand. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Crumb Cake because it's slightly darker. Crumb Cake. Right, so let me get my silicone mat out of the way. I'm going to line my strips up on my grid paper just to help me get it straight, and then I'll line the top of that edge of that stamp on the top edge of the paper. That is as simple as it is. As I say, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because I'm going to ink over it and I'm going to decorate over it, so it's not going to show. So I'm going to start at the edge. Try not to get my head in. I don't know if my head can't possibly get in that shot because I've got my camera set up slightly different today. Right. So that's like so. Give it a little press. In fact, I'm just going to zoom out slightly. No, out. There we go. A little bit. There we go. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy. Right. Oh, there we go. Look at that beautiful detail. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. It's gorgeous. So now I'm just going to ink up again, and I'm just going to match it up. Okay, I'm going to do all of my strips, and then I'm going to come back. I'm just going to pause it and do that, or it'll be a very long video. Won't be a moment. Right, ladies, I've made a bit of a boo-boo. What happened was, when I left, I was doing these lacy borders, and what happened was I uploaded that part of my video, and for some reason my computer didn't save it, and I lost that half of this video. So you've lost half of the video. Half of the tutorial has gone forever. You're probably relieved because it were going on a bit anyway. So this is now my finished project. So I did manage to show you the stamping, which is the main part, because you know my passion is Stampin' Up combined now with altering, and so I've come up with this lovely frame. So all I did on the bit that's disappeared forever was I stamped out my strips, I inked them with, I stamped them out with crumb cake, and then I inked them with Sahara sand just to give a bit of an aged look and just take some of the starkness off of the white cardstock. And then I adhered them to the frame using a quick drying glue. And then I just got some bits and bobs out of my own personal stash that aren't from Stampin' Up to just add a bit of decoration. You could leave it just plain with just the lacy border and it would look awesome. You could make paper embellishments with your Stampin' Up dies, or you could use Stampin' Up embellishments. We've got an awesome array at the moment. We've got these, which are stunning. These beautiful ones, and we have the lovely wooden embellishments along with many others. But I just decided to use up some bits and bobs that I had spare and lying about. So I've used a collection of flowers again. I've used a word bead that says the word believe. Some of these brassy corners, they're just little metal pieces, and some more flowers here, and these are strategically placed to to cover up where my stamping didn't quite join with these lacy borders. So, you know, if your stamping's not perfect, stick a flower on it or a butterfly, it doesn't matter. You know, don't think that everything has to be perfect. You can work round it. And then another cluster of pretty flowers here in the corner with some golden coloured baby breaths and white ones and lilies and roses. Just bits and bobs left over from other projects, and I think that's turned into another lovely altered frame. So I've got two now that are decorated using the same principle but slightly different. So I hope you will give that a try. Very, very fun to make. Starting off with a very cheap photo frame. You can even make one out of cardstock or a shadow box frame, whatever you want. And the stamps that I used were Delicate Details, which is a celebration freebie, stunning, and the Beautiful You. So I hope that gives you some ideas of something to do, and Stampin' Up is definitely more than just cards. So have fun. I'll leave all of my links below if you'd like to purchase any of these products. I will leave a link to my blog where I'll leave all of the sizes. So give it a try. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.